I do have it. I'm Lewis. I'm an addict. I want to welcome you all to a meeting with no title other than it's being hosted by the Midwest Zonal Forum. And as you may have imagined from the name of the MZF, we're from the Midwest. We're in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Chicagoland, Greater Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Metro Detroit, Ohio, Buckeye, and now Tri-State has joined us as well. And, we've been doing this now since 1987, and we're really grateful for this opportunity tonight and for this event that has gone forward. We've got two great speakers from our zone tonight. I'm really excited to hear them speak. Yeah, it's really been, I must say, this has really been an amazing event for me personally, just seeing all the people here and doing the service. And as I shared in the Facebook group for this event, I mean, New Year's Eve, which is what I usually call Amateurs Night, right? We all experience Amateurs Night. Well, that is always a holiday that's fraught with expectation, but always ends up with some disappointment. And last night I had a really amazing time at the New Year's Eve dance, and I'm really grateful that when I woke up this morning, I was very glad to have been there. So tonight is our Gratitude Speaks speaker meeting. First one. There will be one tomorrow night as well. These are some general announcements we've been going through. This event is a way for us to come together in unity to celebrate the new year. It is not a fundraising event. If you are inspired to contribute, please donate to your home area or home group or area. This event will be live streamed. If you are concerned about personal anonymity, please turn off your video. To view the live stream event, there is a link here. All right, Rick is up for Who is an Addict? Rick. Is Rick unmuted?
Hi, family. I'm an addict named Rick.
Rick.
Most of us do not have to think twice about this question. We know. Our whole life and thinking was centered in drugs in one form or another. The getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. We live to use and use to live. Very simply, an addict is a man or woman whose life is controlled by drugs. We are people in the grip of a continuing and progressive illness whose ends are always the same: jails, institutions, and death.
Thank you so much, Rick. Up next, we've got Claudia to do What is the NA program?
Hi, I'm Claudia. I'm a grateful recovering addict. What is the Narcotics Anonymous program? NA is the nonprofit fellowship or society of men and women for whom drugs have become a major problem. We're recovering addicts who meet regularly to help each other stay clean. This is the program of complete abstinence from all drugs. There's only one requirement for membership: the desire to stop using. We suggest that you keep an open mind and give yourself a break. Our program is a set of principles written so simply that we can follow them in our daily lives. The most important thing about them is that they work. There are no strings attached to NA. We're not affiliated with any other organizations. We have no initiation fees or dues, no pledges to sign, no promises to make to anyone. We're not connected with any political, religious, or law enforcement groups, and are under no surveillance at any time. Anyone may join us regardless of age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, or lack of religion. We're not interested in what or how much you used or who your connections were, what you have done in the past, how much or how little you have, but only what you want to do about your problem and how we can help. The newcomer is the most important person at any meeting because we can only keep what we have by giving it away. We have learned from our group experience that those who keep coming to our meetings regularly stay clean. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Up next, we've got Carl from Wisconsin to do Why Are We Here?
I'm a Carl addict. Why are we here? Before coming to the fellowship at NA, we cannot manage our own lives. We cannot live and enjoy life as other people do. We have to have something different, and we thought we found it in drugs. We placed their use ahead of the welfare of our families, our wives, husbands, and our children. We have to have drugs at all costs. We did many people great harm, but most of all, we harmed ourselves. Through our ability to accept personal responsibility, we are actually creating our own problems. We seem to be incapable of facing life on its own terms. Most of all, realize that our addiction, we are slowly committing suicide. But addiction is just a cunning enemy of life that we have lost the power to do anything about it. Many of us ended up in jail or sought help through medicine, religion, or psychiatry. None of these methods were significant for us. Our disease always resurfaced or continued to progress. Into desperation, we sought help from each other in Narcotics Anonymous. After coming to NA, we realized we're sick people. We suffer from a disease from which there is no cure. It can, however, be arrested at some point and recovery then possible.
Okay, thanks so much, Carl. We've got Laura to read how it works.
Hi, I'm Laura, and I'm a grateful recovering addict. And this is how it works. If you want what we have to offer and are willing to make the effort to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. These are the principles that made a recovery possible. 1, we admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, we admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, we humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, we made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, we continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for the knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to addicts and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. It sounds like a big order, and we can't do it all at once. We didn't become addicted in one day, so remember, easy does it. There is one thing more than anything else that will defeat us in our recovery. This is an attitude of indifference or intolerance towards spiritual principles. 3 of these that are indispensable are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. With these, we are well on our way. We feel that our approach to the disease of addiction is completely realistic, for the therapeutic value of one addict helping another is without parallel. We feel that our way is practical, for one addict can best understand and help another addict. We believe that the sooner we face our problems within our society and everyday living, just that much faster do we become acceptable, responsible, and productive members of that society. The only way to keep from returning to active addiction is not to take that first drug. If you are like us, you know that 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. We put great emphasis on this, for we know that when we use drugs in any form or substitute one for another, we release our addiction all over again. Thinking of alcohol as different from other drugs has caused a great many addicts to relapse. Before we came to NA, many of us viewed alcohol separately. We cannot afford to be confused about this. Alcohol is a drug. We are people with the disease of addiction who must abstain from all drugs in order to recover.